Live.
In 5,
We're not going live.
4.
Nobody's alive.
3,
Pressing record.
2.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
here
not my
we
show.
are. No, I was waiting for the finger. I was waiting for the finger.
give you
I
the
got
finger.
the finger. He gave it to me. You see?
Man, he has very short fingers.
It's a very stand-up-y finger. I like it. We are here at Comedy
thanks for
Store
having me.
Podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Let me introduce
I'm sorry.
you. Calm down.
Shut up.
Guys, this is going to be one hell of a show.
You're like, this is
I'm
too much.
excited about this.
Really?
Yes, because I have
sorry.
my guest host, co-host, guest co-host, Mr. Brian Holtzman.
That'll be me.
Give
That'll
him a
be
round of
me.
applause.
That is
And then you brought your co-star for this week's Instagram, correct?
Yes, this is my brother Jay from the Ramblewood Mobile Home Park on Long Island.
Jay, have you been getting the money they're sending you? Because he gives your address out on here quite a bit.
No royalties yet.
Okay. It's
Jay,
not
can you-
royalties, but
Can you do us a favor when you speak? Put a little hair in your balls.
all right.
What the?
That's brotherly love right
I'm
there.
confused why you brought your brother.
And now we
Does he
have...
do stand-up? Are you a stand-up comic? Or? You were great in the Munsters, but I'm so sorry. I was holding that with him. I was holding that with him for a half hour. You look like Al Lewis a little bit, a younger Al Lewis.
I love you, Brian Scolaro.
I'm in a bad mood.
Didn't I tell you?
I'm so sorry.
He's
He's
my
very
favorite.
funny comic.
Oh, I
have you,
love him.
Jay? Have you seen Brian Scolaro?
he reads
Yeah,
a little.
pass the peace
No,
pipe.
I'm
Let's all
definitely-
peace pipe it out.
I definitely have weed in me, but there's no air in here.
There's a fan they put in the corner
You should
that
have seen
obviously.
the belly room last night. The air conditioner went off, and all the comics lost weight.
That's great.
That's a great joke.
Did I get an introduction? I don't think so.
I was trying.
Yeah.
I was trying.
Brian Scolaro.
Very excited to have you, Brian
very
Scolaro.
excited.
Let's give him a round
And
of
you
applause.
are listening to what's going to be the least listened to episode.
Well, this is what we're doing. This is an intervention to get the negativity.
No.
out of you.
I would never would agree to that.
That's not
I
true.
never would have agreed.
You
to
know why? Because I live in the negative.
that.
I would
I'm just
never
negative.
ask
I didn't want
anybody.
to talk about my negativity. I was just saying that I was negative today.
I am always. Well, I have anger issues, so it
I'm
does
negative
that.
this week.
This week.
And I was like, "Are you sure you want me?" And you were like, "Yeah."
I love you.
I love you
think
too.
you're amazing.
But I'm not
think
going
you
to
should.
comment. The worst, I was doing a hike with somebody 2 days ago.
Runyon Canyon.
Yeah, and she was like, "You can do it." And I said, "Don't say that to me." And she was like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Just
That's a
shut up.
challenge.
Don't say that to me." It's not just shut up. You're not my coach. You can do it.
Yeah.
Just shut up. I'll hike at my own freaking fucking pace. Shut the fuck up.
I love that.
Right.
You
You're not
can
my
do
personal
it.
trainer.
Now I can't. You just talked me out of it.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit down and cry.
But Brian is one of my favorite comics on and off stage, which is
Yes.
very rare.
Very rare.
Mm.
Because usually you like comics off stage, not on stage. At least I do. Right?
What about
it's a
you,
mix.
Jay?
Some I like on stage, and some I don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It is a weird thing, but it's very odd to be liked off and on stage.
There's a few.
And you're up there.
That's good.
Yeah.
You-
Sometimes Holtzman's up there.
I miss
then-
you
I
though
like
because
Brian
by the
Buff,
time
I
I come to the
They
club,
put you
you're
on at
gone.
like 4 in the fucking morning. You're like an old man with a job, and they're like, put him on at 4. It's like
the one that has to get up the earliest.
It makes no fucking sense.
He's the only comic with a pension. Literally the only comic I know that has a pension.
That's
It's
great.
amazing. He's had 2 real, unbelievable jobs.
That's great. Can I please borrow $500? And by borrow, I mean not give back.
Is that okay?
Oh,
He's
wow.
already done that.
By the way, he would give it. He's one of those people
he's a
that
nice guy.
just, it's a Long Islander. Where are you from originally?
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Nice. Yeah.
my
I
parents
feel
They're
that.
Queens.
My
Brooklyn,
parents
Queens.
are from Bay Ridge.
That's where I was born. I was
Ooh.
born in Bay Ridge.
Right, Jay, tell them where you're from.
Jay, you're allowed to speak once in a while. I don't know if
I
you're a
didn't mean
Middle
to-
Eastern
I
wife
did
or
want
what.
to jump in. Bay Ridge is fine.
Okay.
That is nice.
Very soft spoken. I'm not soft spoken. You're soft spoken, and I like it.
I like Bay Ridge.
Bay Ridge is good.
Well, it seems like you're going to say something, so we're all waiting.
Yeah.
That's
Waited
That's
on.
what the awkward pauses.
I was born there,
Yeah.
raised, went over on the ferry
Oh, okay.
from Brooklyn to Staten Island when they ran it.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
When who ran it? When who ran it? You just.
New York.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
All right,
Oh,
Jay,
you
that's
mean
enough. That's
there
enough,
used
Jay.
to be a ferry that went, but there
Brooklyn.
isn't one now.
No.
Okay.
There's a ferry to Manhattan. That's where I got confused.
So
there's always a ferry to Manhattan, right?
Manhattan is Staten Island. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I thought he was talking about.
tell
I was
us about the
confused.
friends you met on this last road trip. You met some friends from high school or college.
Well, I didn't meet them. I saw them again. Meet them would imply that I was like, we went to high school and we just met now.
This is my favorite
Yeah.
Brian Scolaro,
I'm
by
in
the
a
way.
bad fucking mood.
I don't care. It's my favorite.
Great.
I love it.
So
So
I
how-
dated a girl once, and she was like, "I heard you on the Comedy Show podcast. You're very angry."
No.
And I was like, "It's a thing. It's a joke. I'm playing it up." And I fucking hit her right in the car.
Good for you. Good for you.
She liked it.
Of course. We all like it like that.
I can't believe I just said that word.
And how
What,
was your
cunt?
Yes. I
Oh,
don't
it's
say
a
it
great
often.
word. Really?
I've said it once on stage, and I got kicked out of that club for saying it. The one time I said it on stage.
You're kidding.
The one time I said it on stage.
Yeah,
And
that
the woman
word doesn't
fucking
bother
deserved
me.
it.
Yeah. That word doesn't bother me.
They
at
all deserve it.
Brian.
Well, no, the ones that deserve it, not
Excuse
all
me.
women in general. The ones that deserve it.
The one that the
But when you say it like that with that really, really creepy laugh behind
Yeah,
it, yeah,
yeah.
it really implies that everyone's.
So how was your road trip? You were on the road for quite
You're just
some
gonna
time.
skip around. I like
Yeah.
it.
You met your brother for the first time.
I met my brother. I remember him. Yeah, I was on the road, Philadelphia, everywhere, Baltimore.
Yeah.
Now, what
New York.
I like you say. I like when you say the crowds were great,
And a great staff.
great
at the-
staff, and you never met any staff that were like just not good employees.
If they
Oh,
were,
man, I got
gotta
so
tell
many
you,
stories.
if they were,
We
I
don't-
wouldn't write it.
Well, you know why?
Right, so I see.
That's true. Because you go on tour a lot with Dice.
Yes.
So they're all trained to shut the
Right.
fuck up. I, on the other hand,
If I
get
was
the worst
headlining,
fucking. The waitresses are so mean to me most places I go.
really, do you work at like House of Comedy? Because those people are phenomenal. They go out of
those
their
people
way
are
to
good,
be
yeah.
very nice
There's
to
some
you.
that are good.
Yeah,
Like Harry Basil's places.
Oh,
good,
yeah.
You know?
the Tropicana. I
I
love
was
those
just in
guys.
a place in Florida, and they were all so nice to me until they handed me a check for $250 for
I
the
heard
drinks.
about that.
And I was like, "What?"
For the drinks.
For the drinks. They charged me for a mixed drink, Red Bull and vodka.
you believe that, Jay?
They charged me twice for the Red Bull and for the vodka. I'm the fucking headliner. I sold out 3 shows. You know what I mean?
Oh my
I'm like,
God,
you're not-
that's
you're
a
not-
real thing.
Listen, you couldn't give me a little bump. They don't give me a bump
Yeah.
for selling out 3 shows, but instead they charged me for fucking drinks. And I was not so nice about it.
Good.
You
And
did
they-
a Barry Diamond.
I don't know
No.
what that means, but I like it. He hit somebody. Barry Diamond attacked somebody.
I don't know what
He
you're talking
has.
about.
He doesn't know Barry Diamond.
I know who Barry Diamond is.
Oh,
but
you
I
do?
know the story.
Oh.
I just know Barry Diamond from movies.
Oh, how
When he
cool.
was in Death to Smoochie. Right? He was in Death to Smoochie.
And,
Was he? I
yes.
don't know.
Roger
Yes.
Rabbit.
Who was he
He
in
was
Roger
not in
Rabbit?
Roger Rabbit.
Oh, was
he
that
Roger
the
Rabbit?
other guy?
Yeah,
That's Charles
you Charles Fleischer.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, I've
What-
only been
what's
here
happening
25
here?
years. I don't know all the people's names.
Brian, if you're going to
don't
be
even
my
look- they don't
guest
even look alike.
co-host,
I know that. I know Juan. Who's the guy who cleans the comedy store?
Juan
Beautiful-
Sykes?
Juan Carlos.
Juan Carlos. What a name. Juan Carlos. And then when you find out he's the one that's cleaning the shit house, it's unbelievable.
Anyway,
Amazing. What the fuck are you talking about?
It's a beautiful name. If I was
Okay.
Latino, Juan Carlos to the office.
It is a
they
great
picked
name.
the 2 most Latino
Popular. Yeah.
Juan, you know,
He got both
yeah.
popular names
Yeah, yeah.
of the culture. That's amazing. He is a great guy.
Mike John.
I might have a conversation with him because it's a little dirty in here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sounds like
Juan Carlos is gonna.
one was his mother's name and the other was his father's name.
That's pretty amazing. Jay, thank you for that insight. You know
Brian
what?
wants
You
to know
might
if
be
you're a
right about.
comic.
No, I'm just.
What are you doing here?
Well, you brought him.
After that
Now you made him
comment,
nervous.
you know he's not a comic.
Well, I definitely made him nervous with the beginning. And I'm
No,
sorry about
you
that.
didn't.
I just don't understand
Jay's
what's
amazing.
happening.
It's the Comedy Store podcast. That's
The Comedy Store podcast is a very unique, odd place to be, and Rick Ingram couldn't make it tonight.
I did once before with you 2 guys.
Yeah, me and Rick. And
he's
It was a
okay.
lot more
Rick's fine.
organized.
Rick's fine. He just had some family stuff. That's what we like to say, family stuff. So
He doesn't feel like coming in.
When is he
I'm
going
glad
to
to
get?
have the squat.
When is he
Yeah.
going to get bail?
I don't know when he's going to get bail. But he couldn't make it tonight. Rick's one of my favorites, so he's the best, and we have a blast doing this. But so I thought Holtzman's coming in tonight.
Right.
Let's have him as a guest host. And now I'm
And then he
regretting
brought,
it.
Then he brought his family.
And you're going up tonight, right?
No. I'm not going up.
No, we just got him
I
to come
came
in
out of the house
because you
for this.
asked him. We got him to come out of the house for this.
House, studio, apartment.
Your private residence.
Yeah, I left. I was playing video games and trying to figure out if I should declare bankruptcy.
That's the life of a
Perhaps.
comic, correct?
What should I do?
The life of
Logan's-
a comic. Should we? But not you, Brian. These are real comics we're talking about. The ones that sacrifice everything.
I know, Freddie,
Prince Jr. Mercury.
Lockhart.
Price.
Freddie.
Who's that
Soto.
comic? There was a comic that put something on. He said, you know, these people that just do this on the weekends and they don't leave their job and they're not real comics. Frankie Pace, he was belly aching. And Frankie Pace said, these motherfuckers, and I just wrote back, guilty as charged.
You work all the time.
Guilty as charged.
No, but he works
Was he
in
fuck-
town.
Yeah.
But what he's saying is what Frankie Pace. I didn't
You
even know he was still alive.
Frankie
But
Pace.
yeah. He's a very angry guy. You remember Frankie Pace?
Do you know Frankie Pace?
Now you're going to put me in the spot. Here's me.
Don't point at me, Holtzman. Don't fucking point at me.
By the way, they're filming it so they can see it.
My ass crack's hanging out the whole fucking time. You're supposed to
That's
tell
going to get us
somebody-
more viewers.
No, you're not airing that.
What am I supposed?
I'm going to turn that around.
What are you going to turn it to? Let's just put it on Jay only. Wouldn't that be amazing? Just leave it on Jay.
Jay's a
Supposed to
veteran.
tell somebody when
Jay's
the
a
camera's-
veteran, too. United States Air Force.
Not going to happen.
He
You're
served all
United
four.
States Air Force?
He was in Bangkok.
Don't. What are you doing? You're going to get us in trouble.
You're supposed to tell people, the guests, that's why they dress better.
Want me to put? You look fine.
My ass is hanging out.
I've never seen
Nobody
you
can
so-
see your ass. You're
now
sitting
they can't
down.
because I turned the fucking camera.
I've never
On
seen
Jay
you
only.
so dressed up.
It's fine. That's what
Well, if I
That's
told you
where
there was a
money is.
camera, would you have brought a suit?
I would have worn an outside shirt over the shirt. I would have.
You look fine.
I know I look fine. Now the camera's over there. So now I look great.
You're.
That's not going to upset you, is it?
Oh no, I'm just making sure. Whatever. This is a new thing they do. I didn't know. Going live. They're trying to up the studio, fix the studio.
They should tell us that. Somebody should tell us.
I apologize. That's my fault
Don't
because
apologize.
we've been putting it on
I'm
YouTube,
fine.
trying to build our YouTube channel.
That is not going on YouTube.
It's on YouTube already, I think.
What are you? How can it be on YouTube?
Oh, it's
already?
direct
It's
delivery?
live. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, there's been no.
Wow, it's live, Jay. Jay, it's live.
I
Sit
forgot
up
my
straight.
makeup.
Sit up straight, you mother. Sit up. Come on now. Have good posture. Don't.
Jay, you
know,
look fine. You look fine. Brian, you look amazing.
How was Fred Gwynn to work with?
I love that he leans in.
Fred Gwynn.
He leans in. What's that?
Tell him how it was on the Monsters. He wants to know how it was working with the Monsters. The television show. Was it hard getting in those big shoes every time? Did you have to wear them all day, or did you take those off?
Prosthetics.
Prosthetics. Brian, you have your big shoes on tonight.
Oh,
I'm
yes,
proud
I
of you
do.
for
It's
that.
Wednesday night, size 18.
He wears a size 18 shoe.
You can't wear shoes that are too small, but you can wear shoes that are too large.
I agree with that.
And people don't realize that. Oh, it's not my size. If you can get your foot in it,
It's your
it's
size.
your size. You
That's
silly,
what I said to my last girlfriend.
you silly sack of
I think it's like sleeping next to a
This is
fat woman.
size 18.
Look at that.
Can
You going
see
ice
this
skating? What
shoe?
the fuck is that?
Can they see this on the
That's-
camera?
Is
Can
there a
you
ski-
see this
is-
on the camera?
Is there a ski attached to that?
See, this
Holy
is
shit.
this is like a
Nothing's on camera.
this was a display model that was given to me.
That is ridiculous. Is this
And,
stuff with newspaper?
Thank you. That's
No,
what I
no,
asked.
no,
He
no.
doesn't put
I
anything
let
in
my
it.
feet freely swim around in the front.
That's bad for your foot.
Thank
Oh,
you.
feet
Thank you.
feet are always going to give you trouble. Fuck my feet. I have no fucking love for my feet. You know,
Well, that's why.
But
you know.
yeah, that's awful. I think it's not a good idea to do that
I
to your
got
foot.
this from Princess Corey's.
Are you trying to get laid a lot more?
Well, if they think you have a big shoe or a big hand,
That's
it
what I'm
might
saying.
help. You know.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
You know.
Is that your
I
plan?
read that in the form, Penthouse Forum.
The Reader's Digest? Is that, was
I
that
thought you meant the
plan?
Forum in Inglewood. I was like, all right, they play basketball there.
Sit up, Jay. Come on now.
What? He's not a child. Leave him alone.
Keep your elbows off the table.
Brian, how long have you been doing comedy? Scolaro. We'll say that.
I was doing it up till about when this podcast started.
Oh, now you quit.
I started. My first show was in '92. I didn't take it seriously until '95.
Really?
Yeah,
In
so-
New York you started?
Yeah, I did like 3 shows a year until 1995, and that's when I really jumped into it, had such strong. So what is that? 24, 23?
Yeah, but when you say like you didn't really dive into it, like you mean like you just.
I was in college.
Oh,
I was in college,
okay.
so I would do it in New York when I came home.
Okay.
So I went to upstate New York college. Went to New Paltz. So I
Okay.
would come home and I would do bring a show in the summer and then bring a show in the winter.
Right.
And then after a while, I was like, all right, I'm gonna take it seriously, and I just did it seriously.
Who the fuck did that?
I think it was him.
Jay.
You don't want any serious questions?
Yes, I want serious questions. Holtzman, you're supposed to be helping me with
You're
this.
you're bored with my answers.
No, that's not true.
I think you were fake snoring.
That's not.
It's the only part of the podcast that's made any sense so far.
And I dozed off. I'm sorry.
You brought your brother. We don't even know why your brother's here.
He wants to know if you're a comic. Are you a fucking comic?
I don't know if
what
you're
are
a
you doing
comic
here?
or
I don't have a
undercover
license
cop.
for that.
All I'm saying is he's mocking me.
No.
All right, good.
Brian, this
So
is.
how are you doing,
Oh, I'm
Eleanor?
fine, but we're interviewing Scolaro. I don't understand why you're looking at me. You're supposed to be asking him questions. What did you research?
Which is I noticed a lot of the comics
boy.
are moving to Las Vegas. I think
What?
He
Erin O'Connor's moving there with her
Aaron who?
husband.
Oh.
And it's big there. Which is your favorite venue to perform in Las Vegas, Dade County, I might add. Yeah.
What?
Dade County is Florida. What's wrong with you?
Oh, what's the county in Las Vegas?
Clark County.
Oh, that's it, Clark, Dade County. Excuse me, I don't have my Thomas guide open. Holy fuck, I don't have my Thomas guide.
Nobody knows what a Thomas
Holtzman-
guide is.
Oh, people didn't understand what Holtzman was saying. What a shocker. What a fucking shocker. Anyway, what's your favorite club down there in Las Vegas?
I like Harry's Club.
Who?
Harry Basil, the
Laugh Factory.
Harris
and the
Pete?
Harry
I didn't know
Basil.
Harris Pete had a fucking comedy
That's right.
club.
Put these
You bring
things
it-
on your
every,
ears.
Every comic you bring up, nobody knows who the fuck they are. I know who Harris Pete is. Harris Pete was the voice of Muddy Mudskipper.
There he is. That's right.
I know fucking Harris Pete is, but everybody
He's
else you've
been on
mentioned,
this podcast.
I've literally wanted the fake snore. The fact that you would fake snore on me saying how I started comedy is absolutely crazy to me.
So, what about that one, the guy from
Barry
Everybody
Diamond.
Runs?
Some more Barry Diamond stories.
Yeah, Barry.
What about that?
He doesn't even know who the fuck he is.
Bachelor party.
Barry Diamond,
I
the
couldn't
guy,
remember.
the guy was the voice from Roger Rabbit.
I'm
You know
excited.
what the fuck you're talking about?
I'm excited you're
Why
here.
did you bring your brother?
I'm excited you're here because when I come to the club, you're
Why did somebody
you're
put the
already
cameras
gone. I always look for you when you're on the list. As soon as he's gone,
I was like, Holtzman's here? I gotta fucking leave.
get the fuck out
Let me
of
tell
here.
you something. This show's going to get canceled.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think that. We've got a sound guy in the booth doing a great job.
That's nice. What is this in your
Go
hand?
Navy.
What is it? Go
This,
Navy.
this is in case I get additional.
What? Hemorrhage? No, what is
Yeah,
it?
what?
It's just a napkin. Sometimes I like to.
Like a handkerchief?
Wipe your spittle.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all. You know. Sometimes
Are you a
it's
spit? Because you flip out, so you yell.
He's a spitter.
He's a spitter?
yeah.
Okay.
All right, Jay.
I'm
That's
not.
enough.
How dare you talk on the show I brought you to?
So, what about
He's
the
an
one?
entrapment. He's an entrapment. He was so good on the Monsters, and you treated him like this.
You believe it?
What was the name of the blonde on the Monsters?
Marilyn.
Thank you. I couldn't remember.
I can't remember her.
Lillian.
Lillian. Lily was the wife.
Lily was the wife.
Yeah,
yes.
Marilyn was the hot
I don't know
blonde.
her real
I like
name.
the
but-
Addams Family. I used to watch that just to see the trains crash. That was the best part of that whole effing show.
How
And you know,
frightening is it in your head? What trains?
John Aston used to have trains crash. It was in the movies.
Oh,
The Adam
okay.
Sandler movies. He liked trains crashing.
full speed.
But we didn't have those. The Monsters would air on Channel 11 in New York at like 4 p.m.
WPIX.
Yeah. But they never had the Addams Family.
WPIX.
This is fascinating fucking radio.
Yeah, this
So
is.
what about
It's
the?
like a fireside chat. This is.
It's even worse.
What about what do you call it? Had a comedy.
I mean, it's a disaster.
I went there one night. I saw the little guy from Boston had a room at the Tropicana. Vinny Favorito. I watched
He
it.
did-
That was,
oh, he had a
that
room
was
at the
fun.
Tropicana?
Where is he now?
I think he went back to
I'm
Boston.
not saying shit.
And,
I do. I think he went back to Boston. I'm not sure. Is he?
oh no,
He's still
I
in
doubt,
Vegas.
I doubt that.
No,
Anyway.
I think he did.
So you like performing at Laugh
That's
Factory?
where my friend Jeff
like
Richards
Harry's room.
was there now.
I mean, I would love to. I'd like to see the Jimmy Kimmel room.
Yeah, that's a new one.
Yeah,
And the
but,
Comedy
Oh,
Cellar.
I doubt you'll be working there, no doubt.
Probably not.
Stop that.
No,
How
no,
about
no,
the Comedy
I have
Cellar?
reasons. The Comedy Cellar is good. I like the Comedy Cellar.
Yeah.
I love the Comedy Cellar in New York.
Yeah,
Right.
Is it as small as the one in New York, or did
No.
they make it a little bigger?
I don't know.
It's in the Rio. I've done the showroom because it was something
Eddie
else
Griffin used to
prior.
be?
Yeah. And I did it when it was Eddie Griffin's room.
yeah.
There was a show before it where they just had comics go up, like just to kind of fill the night.
Right.
And so it was a decent room though. And then now that's what the Cellar is, I believe.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I think they built it nicer.
Yeah.
Have you ever worked the Comedy Cellar in New York?
Oh God! If you just go to the
In New
bathroom,
York.
you're in the way of the performer. Yeah, I did a 3-week stint there, but sold out every show. Yeah, I got 10 people to come every night, and it was sold out.
I'm proud of you. You did a bringer show at the
No,
Cellar?
it's
I
so
didn't think they
small.
did that.
Yeah, I
No, I
know.
never performed there. I just went there once, and you can't. If you see how small it is, right?
Well, the Cellar is my homeroom in New York, and the store is my homeroom in L.A.
Yeah.
In case I know this is probably boring you.
No,
No,
that's
no,
what
no,
great
no.
comics do.
Yeah.
The Cellar
Hey, there they
and
are.
the
There
store.
they are.
Okay, let's not worry
Hey.
about what's going on in that room. I did not know he was going to be this
How did you not know
ADHD.
he was? I mean, you like Brian Holtzman, the guest host. I'm like, that's going to be a disaster.
Disaster. Well, you know, they told me about it, and I showed up with my brother Jay. And
Well, no, I'm proud of
Is this your
him.
first time guest hosting?
Yeah.
Is this your last time? Is this your last time guest hosting?
I think this is going great. I don't
No,
know.
it
I
is.
think it's going great. What do you think, Jay?
I think it's fine.
Let me ask you a question, Brian Scolaro. Do you follow Brian Holtzman's Instagram?
Yes, but I don't look at it.
That's a way to follow it.
I love this guy.
I care about what I do, and I look at the first 10 people on my feed,
And that's it.
and I go like.
And that's it.
Get the fuck out of there.
See, he's
So,
Instagram is here's a picture of my dog, here's a picture of my ass.
oh, not with
and,
Holtzman,
and
though.
Facebook is my dad just died.
Oh,
My dad
yeah.
died. Oh, my dog died. My dad died again.
Everyone's dead
Yeah,
on
Instagram's
Facebook.
here's my ass. And it's really weird.
And
Social media is so weird.
it is. And Twitter's a whole nother political fight field.
I was dating a girl who has never done entertainment at all.
Okay.
She has 3 times the amount of followers as me.
What? Does
Exactly.
she have big tits?
No, she's just a pretty girl, but it's just like how unfair.
Joey Mamo's daughter in Florida.
Who the fuck is Joey Mamo? What the fuck you talking about?
Joey Mamo's sister in Florida
I think
has
he owned a
7
pizza place.
Hey, now Brian is falling asleep.
For
Why don't we
real.
all just take a break? You gonna give me any pillows? Can we have some fucking pillows over here? We'll all
Calm
take a little
down.
break. Joey Mamo's sister has 77,000 followers, so she gets some money each month.
Oh, his daughter.
They monetized it. Yeah, and all she does is
Because
look.
she's a cute girl. So what he is trying to attribute. I speak a little
No, I
Holtzman.
understand.
I do speak a little Holtzman.
I understand. I understand. If you're a pretty girl, life works out for
So
you.
that's what.
That's why life is
works
unfair.
out for you.
Usually, I say when women say they have it hard, I go, well, listen, you get paid less. You got to watch out for being raped. But really, that's about it. You know what I mean? You get beat up by the wrong guy you choose.
Sure.
But basically, when you think about it, how many homeless women have you seen in your entire life? 20?
A lot.
Right,
Well,
they
20
have to be.
compared to homeless men.
Well, right.
Astronomical difference.
They're sitting on that gold mine.
What I'm saying, he knows what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, as bad as they have it, they can always go. Somebody take care.
Somebody
of
will
me. And they
always take
Yeah.
them in,
There's
shower
always-
them. Here's this bar of soap. I want you to use the whole thing.
That's the first thing you said that made sense. It's been nonsense since you said that.
It's been nonsense. No, I think you're absolutely right. But I'm saying this, like,
So
What
you
are
like
you
Brad
talking about?
Gray's room? Brad Gray, you play there too? Do you like that room?
this is amazing.
I don't want to be. See, the more you ask me straightforward questions,
It's
like,
terrifying.
do you like this person? Do you play this room? I have. You put me in a position to have to say, who is that? And then I thus insult somebody that I
Brad
don't want to
Gray,
insult.
you know, not
Brad
Brad.
Gray, Brad Garrett.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's it.
jeez. How do you know Joey?
Brad
How do you know
Gray.
Joey Mamo? You know Joey Mamo. Barry died with Brad Garrett.
You know,
He was on a fucking national TV show. But
You know-
nobody else. You know Brad Garrett.
he doesn't know. You know Joey Mama. He doesn't
This
know
is what
Joey-
happens, Rick, when you don't show up. I lose complete control.
Oh God,
This is a podcast studio plus a sauna.
it is fucking hot in here.
Can we get some temperature control in here, for Christ's sake?
This is Chappaquiddick. I got my ass hanging out so cool. Oh, by the way, we're recording this, and it's going directly to your mother's house.
Yeah.
Thanks for fucking
She
telling me.
wanted to know what your ass crack looked like. She
million-
misses you.
She
Remember
does.
the $1 Million movie?
What
New
year
York.
is it for you?
What
What?
year is it for you?
What's the $1 million movie?
It was. I guess in those days, $1 million was a lot of money to make a movie.
I don't know what you're talking about. And if at any point you want to end this podcast, I am totally cool with that.
Tell us about all your TV work. You've done a lot of TV.
Oh, my
Hey, you
God.
stay awake?
I told you he was going to be good.
Yeah, but
Truly been on a million
It was
shows.
either you or Peter Chin. Do you know he doesn't know Peter Chin?
You can hit him with the microphone. You know what's so sad to me?
Everybody's mentioned. I have no idea what it is.
You know what's so sad to me?
What's that?
Is I know all these fucking comics he's bringing up, and that makes me want to take my life right in front of you guys.
But I don't know these people because I don't. I've been working the roads for about 10 years now, and I don't know these people.
But you're a working comic.
Yeah.
These were riffraffs that hung here and didn't really make it. And then when they stopped getting spots, they started punching the talent coordinators in the face.
Really?
That's a real thing. So,
Who did that?
Barry Diamond. What are you
What's
doing?
happening? Are you eating something?
So tell us about your you've got a big body of work in television. That's pretty
I'm
cool.
going to see if I can get through it before I get interrupted. And you, calm down. First, I was in the Monsters with Raul Julia. All right, so first thing I did was 100 Center Street with City Lumet. Then I was on a pilot for NBC with Tiffany Thiessen. Then I got thrown on NBC's Three Sisters for 2 years. Nobody remembers it because 9/11 happened.
Oh, wow.
Right when it started. Then I was put on an ABC pilot that didn't go, but we shot it twice with Tom Irvin Scott.
You shop it around? Did you shop it around?
To me personally, it's ABC. It's not me. I work for. Oh, jeez, die shopping around. They have people to do that.
It's your fault. It's your fault. You can go.
Did you promote it on Instagram?
Yeah, fucking 2003.
Do you have a brother Jay?
Shut up. So then, you asked me this fucking question. So then, I did a Fox sitcom with Pam Anderson and Christopher Lloyd for 2 years called
Stacked. I remember that one.
We were doing okay, and then they switched presidents. Fox switched presidents, and they don't support new show.
Oh, okay.
Shows that they had nothing to do with, so we were gone.
You shop that one around?
Yeah, I did it personally. And after that was the writer's strike, so everybody went to guest roles. If you were regular on stuff, you began doing guest roles. And if you were movies, you were suddenly a regular on things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everybody got shoved down a level.
Yeah, a little bit.
So since then I've been on guest role on Dexter, Mad Men, Grey's Anatomy, Bones, Castle, The Middle, A Million Little Things, The Shameless. I just did Shameless.
That's what I saw.
I
That's
saw
what
you
I
with
just
the.
saw you in.
I saw you with the. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
Did
no,
I step
no.
on you?
No, you're
no.
good.
I just want to know. Did I step on you?
You stepped on everyone.
Lily Tomlin, what are you doing? You look like a
I
telephone
saw you with
operator.
that one who won the Oscar. Had a television show. The one who won the Oscar. The woman who.
Kathy Bates.
She got a.
Harry's
She
Law.
she
Harry's
broke
Law.
the late. His. She
Harry's
broke
Law.
the ankles.
You're laughing at that. The fact that she broke James Caan's ankles.
That's
Yeah.
what makes him
That's what makes him crazy.
happiest. Yeah.
So.
A
yeah.
crazy woman.
So that was Harry's Law, Men of a Certain Age, and some other shit.
So how do you?
And a couple Disney shows.
Yeah.
How do you? How do
Pay
you?
my rent? Can't.
How do you?
Not kill myself.
Find the time to audition if
tonight.
you're out of town in a satellite
That's the
location.
problem. That's the problem. Is that now I've because of the writer's strike, everyone got shoved down a level. Now I have to play the road a lot.
Yeah.
And when I play the road a lot, I am now auditioning less. So because of that, I'm losing agents. I'm missing auditions. I'm
Sucks.
losing health
agents.
insurance.
They're on strike right now again, aren't they? Or
Who?
the writers or the
I hope not.
It wasn't the it was like the writers were striking against the agents
the
for
Guardians.
package
Oh,
deals.
Yes, that's right.
It was the
But
gardeners.
the last
I
time they
think.
did that, they screwed themselves over.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Because now they after that, right? Well, they wanted to be paid for the stuff on the internet. They were suddenly paid less to write for the actual thing.
Oh right.
So now, like they won that one, but they were being paid less to write. So now we're all screwed.
Yeah.
Everybody's screwed. It's just corporation. Yeah, keep driving Uber and pretend you're not killing the middle class. Keep fucking buying.
Oh, yeah.
Keep buying on
Yeah.
Amazon, pretend you're not killing the middle class.
Can I
That's what
tell
it
you?
is.
Hopefully it'll shake out. It'll shake out.
What are
Hopefully.
you talking about? We're all dead.
I hope so. Sorry. I'm not. I'm a manic depressive.
Agents are like that, though. I missed an audition once, and they let me
Once?
go immediately. They don't like
My
it.
guess is there were other reasons.
Like it's so hard to send somebody for audition. It's so hard to send somebody for audition. Oh, you didn't show up. It's like it was so hard for you to send me someplace. You know?
Was that your first time?
Yeah, but Brian, they go out on a limb to get
Yeah,
you.
big limb. I've always heard about that limb.
Well,
they can fuck themselves, okay? They can fuck
what
themselves.
What they're saying is that they have, for every audition, like the big guys have 2 or 3, so have 4 spots. The second tier guys have 2 spots. And like the third tier guys have 1 spot.
So there is something to the
So
limb.
if you are, So if you're with a third tier agency, which I'm guessing you were, then they
it was a startup.
Yeah. So they had 1 spot and they gave it to you, and you didn't fucking show up.
Yeah.
Let me
So
tell
that's
you
what
about me, like giving things to Brian and him not showing up. That happens to me all
Don't you
day
wish that happened tonight?
long. Yes.
That's for snoring. That's because you fucking snore.
It's a difficult
You started.
business. It really, really
It's the
is.
worst.
It's a difficult business. Lady boy.
I remember Barry
I
Bobo
was
once
always
said-
different growing up. At the Amazon Theater, this show will sell out quickly.
Is this a commercial break?
Lady boy.
I'm gonna kill myself.
I've always felt different. Lady boy. My colors were pink and beige.
Is this part of your Instagram story?
What's happening?
Are you all right?
No, I
You
just
come
wanted
back?
to bring it up because we were getting kind of down on the business, and the agents
No,
are doing the best they
we're-
can. Yeah.
No, you asked me.
This is informative stuff. It
Right,
it lets
right.
people know
you
that we're.
asked me what TV I've done.
I want to
What-
apologize, Brian, if I'm a little bit.
No, you're fine. I'm enjoying it.
It's a battle of the Bryans.
Did you say you're not enjoying it?
I'm enjoying. I always enjoy it.
How about you, Jay? You doing all right?
Oh, it's a
How about
little
this?
edgy.
Sit up straight. You're
Why would
slouching.
you pass it over to him? Here's the show. Why don't you fucking throw it in the gutter? One of my favorite things that you do is when you would do when the Zika virus was out. And they were going, you had this whole bit about about how that makes our heads small, right? So it was you had a whole bit about it. And then he started talking about other things and other things and other things. He was talking about going to a movie theater and you can't see what somebody said. He goes, "That's why we need the Zika virus." And it was like 20 minutes later. It was a great callback. And nobody left but me and Jeff Scott. We fell out of our chairs. It was
It's
so good.
amazing.
And that's when I realized that you're not as crazy as you seem. Because you were able to construct this bit.
Exactly.
I don't mean to ruin it.
Thank you, sir.
That's what's very funny.
I hope that Zika virus happens again, so I can bring that back.
And you also had a bit about how they could get over the wall. The Mexicans could get over the wall because they're just going to attach the leaf blowers to each other.
Blow them over.
blow right over.
That's a great bit.
My favorite.
Great bit.
My favorite, his wall joke or whatever about the wall. He would do, so when you buy a house, the first thing you do is put a fence around your house, like his defense for Trump.
Right. Maybe I should say that again if I can only.
If you don't get a spot before fucking 2 a.m.
You get great, but people are staying late night to see him though.
That's great. No, he's one.
That's what I
They
love
just-
about like giving him that late night spot. People like are staying like, oh, this guy comes on at the end. He's a little nutty, but
It's fun.
his brother's here, so let's stay. His brother was
yeah.
on the Munsters, and he's got
You
credits.
really were good on it. Does that offend you? Have you ever heard that before? Okay, because you're much better looking.
Not
than
at
this.
all.
Good.
He doesn't get offended. He can't feel anything.
doesn't.
He's been dead inside for years.
He does look a little about that guy.
He looks like
When
Al
I
Lewis.
look at him
Oh,
from
he's
the
a better looking out.
He's known him his whole life.
What's his
All
name?
of a
Lewis.
sudden-
What's his name? Lewis.
Al Lewis.
Al Lewis.
He ran.
My baby brother.
Al Lewis.
My baby brother.
That's your baby brother. How many brothers do you have?
One of them.
Okay.
What's his problem?
And you have a sister?
What's his problem?
We don't have that much time.
One sister or 2 sisters?
4.
4 sisters. I knew there was a
sisters.
lot of you guys.
Sexy fan.
What's your
parents.
favorite car rental place? Do you go to the same car rental place?
I used to like Enterprise, and then they started to try to screw me because of the cigarette smoke.
Oh, really?
And what I do is I call the original guy. I always get the original guy's number who gave me the car, the original Enterprise guy.
Right.
And I call him up and I yell, and he goes, "I'll take care of it." And they always, he likes the. I always like tell them I'm a comic, and they have questions and they ask me questions. So then when it comes down to it, and they try to charge me for the smoke, the smell of the smoke. I call the original guy. And he goes, "I'll take care of it." And he does. It's ingenious. That's how I got a traffic tickets too.
Do you remember when I saw
Really?
you in New York
Yeah.
when I was visiting my family
Yes.
at the club?
That's
What was the name of that club?
Stand Up New York.
Stand Up New York.
Is that one word?
I was trying to get a word in fast. I had to get 3 words in.
He has to get words in before you.
I saw the
You're off
Instagram
kilter
post.
again.
It was pretty funny going through the tunnel. Oh, we're moving along. Oh, wait.
Brake lights.
We're moving along.
Brake lights.
Terrifying to get stuck in the tunnel.
Yeah, I'm always worried that.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Did you
Twice this last month we got stuck in the tunnel.
Where, in New York?
Yeah.
Where did you play in New York?
We were just. This is what happened. We went to Philly. Brian's sleeping again. That's fine.
That's why I got on.
You know what? Maybe the dog's here. We'll see.
Rex,
Anyway,
Rex, sit down, Rex.
What's now it's a double act. Nobody knows what's happening.
first of all, I did not know you taught your brother to bark, and this is his thing. He does a dog bit. There's a
Okay.
dog. I like that everyone looked to see if there was a real dog, and that's amazing. But then your brother Jay just picked up your cue right away and
Yeah, yeah.
started barking.
Yeah.
Did you teach him that?
Lady boy.
Somebody had to cover the silence.
Bump, 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 lady boy.
How much longer is left?
What were you at
I'm just
time-wise?
curious.
I'm just kidding.
Tell
Did
us
you?
what happened. You were going to New York,
So we were Philly,
right?
and then we went to Virginia. Whatever. We stayed in New York like
Right.
on the off days.
Right.
So instead of coming back to LA,
Right.
we had a few days. So I
Right.
did like New York Comedy Club and stuff like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
I did Robert Kelly's podcast at the Cellar. Like it was fun, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was just a couple days. But we would play in Jersey at Uncle Vinny's and then stay in the city. So driving back and forth, you have to go. Yeah, it was awful.
Why didn't you play other places in the city?
Me? I
anybody.
just put because he didn't have any booked. He's doing a bigger thing later in the summer, so he didn't have anything booked. But we didn't want to come back to LA, so
Right.
we just stayed in the city, which I love.
Contractually, he couldn't perform in the city.
Right.
I get it.
But my favorite thing to do
Contractually,
is
what are you
just-
talking about?
When you have a fucking show on the road, they bar you from working in the area for like 3 to 4 months.
if you have a bigger show coming up.
Yes.
Like we were doing little
Who
clubs.
bars you?
the fucking club that hired you.
Brian, there's this thing about the road, and it's called selling tickets.
I think you explained to me one time about when they come along to take the checks at the end. What do they call that?
The checks.
dropping a check.
Are you serious? You know Joey Momo and Barry Shoebox, and you don't know what the fucking check spot is?
Check spot.
No, you told me. I didn't know what the fuck
How
that
could
is.
you have the check spot? You
Yeah, you
are-
basically
you
do.
are the check
I didn't
spot.
know what it was
Wait a
called.
minute. I will say this.
That's
He
amazing.
doesn't have the check
He's
spot.
been in the business for 97 years. Doesn't know what the fucking check spot is.
He
It's the
goes
first thing you
on
learn.
after the check spot,
That's
technically.
true. But I mean, like in most places, other than the store, if you were
first
like,
thing
who
you
are we
should-
putting up during the check spot? You put up
You're
him.
right. You're right.
If you
You're
put up
absolutely
him-
right.
My very first spot was the check
spot.
at Stand Up New York. Is that slow enough for you? And they were like, you go up.
I love
you
stand
do
up.
5 minutes. That was my first spot. Was the check spot? Was doing 5 minutes during the checks.
Yeah, and it's awful because they're putting checks down. Nobody's paying attention. They're
And you
arguing
just-
over it.
You were just wearing Magoobies, and
Yes.
I fucking love the fact that Magoobies is a great club.
So good.
Staff is great. Beautiful club.
Everybody's
love
nice.
The owner.
Everybody's great.
But
Everybody is.
they dropped the checks and the
I'm
last.
serious.
They put out the checks in the last joke.
Isn't that
pretty
crazy?
much, I know Tacoma Comedy Club does the same thing. It builds up. The whole show builds to a point from the very beginning. It builds,
Yeah.
builds, and it goes right at the end. It goes to crap. It's supposed to go do a little thing in the middle where you drop the checks, and then kill.
Yeah.
Let the show go. Let the show go. Yeah. Let the show end like that.
Or you
instead
wait.
of ending it with everybody doing math.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or
I-
arguing. Yeah.
I would not like that.
I said something, and some clubs don't have me back because I said something. So Dice and her went to one of the clubs that I said something, and he said something. He said, "Nah, you ain't doing that. You do that, I'll
He
leave."
says it at every club we go to. He says if you drop a check, while I'm up there, then I'm getting off the stage and I'm not finishing my show.
I love that.
So what
I love
he,
that.
because what they did
he tell
that
me?
I noticed was they have you have a ticket. It's called an exit ticket.
Yeah.
And so after you pay your thing, you have to show that at the door that you paid. So people stayed around later. Every club, like the people would linger more because they were paying
Does
their
he
check.
tell him to take
after.
the green jelly beans out of the
No.
peanuts out of the thing?
Was
too?
not helpful at all. But
That's
my
called
whole,
a rider,
my
and that's a
whole- my whole
different
point is,
story.
why do most celebrities request the no checks? But yet, when I mention it, they act like they've
You're a
never
problem.
heard it before. They go, "Whoa, what a diva! We don't. No, you're the first person to say something." Bullshit.
Bullshit
I know you
is
just had
right.
Daryl Hammond here, and he doesn't do that. So it's like you fucking.
I think every comic says it. I mean,
That's what I'm saying. They
I'm-
always act like I'm the first guy to say something.
I'm low man on the totem pole.
Me too.
And I remember where I was in a club and they dropped the checks, and I thought, oh no. No one's paying attention.
Yeah.
This is awful. And I
And it's
just
the
started.
the end of the fucking show.
Yeah, I prolonged it and then did a bigger
Yes,
bit
exactly.
and
Well,
went long.
But it's like, but if you are building to the last joke,
Yeah.
and you have started your last joke, you have started it.
It's really
and then they pass out the
uncomfortable.
checks. You're like,
yeah.
are you
Yeah,
fucking
but-
kidding me?
But for the club, that's the most important thing: is collecting the money. What's the solution? When do you want them to take the fucking
After
money?
the fucking show,
But after
I
the show,
agree.
people want to leave.
they can't.
They can't
It
leave
doesn't
without
matter
paying
what they
their
want.
bill.
It's a fucking show.
What-
Or do what the improv chain does and drop it 20 minutes into the headliner spot, not in the last
it over with.
fucking joke.
Right.
That's
Yes.
the whole point. I'm not asking.
It's the
for
very last joke. He's right. They do wait because the greed. They want every
They
nickel
want
out of
yeah,
them.
exactly. I just played a club
Oh,
in
I
Florida.
see,
They,
I
they
see
wanted
what you're
every
saying.
fucking. Well, maybe they'll order one more beer.
Yeah.
They'll
yeah.
still order the fucking beer even if the check comes.
Yeah, they'll give him a new fucking check.
And
Yes.
what's your favorite airline? Do you have
Oh
a fuck?
my gosh.
What the fuck are you talking about? They all suck. I
You're
used
putting him on the.
I used to love
spot
JetBlue.
here.
I've been flying JetBlue since their maiden voyages.
Why do you hate them now? I flew them
wasn't-
today.
Because if there's a broken TV, first of all, this is how it goes. If there's a broken TV on the plane,
Okay.
it's mine. And they don't fix it anymore. They used to go out of their way. They used to go, everybody stand up, and we're going to fucking go underneath there. We're going to reboot the computers. And now they don't do shit. They go, oh, well, sorry, fatty. So one time, this is a true story, I said, it was, I'm going to say gay, because he was gay, but it doesn't matter if he was gay, but I want to separate him from the other guy.
Lady boy.
Okay.
So
okay.
I said to the homosexual flight attendant, my TV is broken, can you please fix it? He goes, I'm sorry, sir, I can't. And I said, so I have to sit here for 6.5 hours with a broken TV.
Coast to coast.
And he said, yes. And so then a female flight attendant walked by, and I said, hey, could you fix my TV? She said, sure. She went under my seat, fixed it in 2 seconds. The gay flight attendant walks by, and he goes, oh, you got it to work. I was like, no, actually, she fixed it. And he goes, what do you mean she fixed it? She came with her magic bag of tools? And I said, sir, what I'm saying is, you did nothing. She did
She
something.
did something.
Right.
When I got off the plane, that was the end of the conversation. When I got off the plane, there was a large black man in a reflective vest said, sir, come with me. And I said, what's the problem? And he goes, you were yelling and screaming on the flight. I go, no, I wasn't. He goes, well, I was told you were yelling and screaming. I go, sir, if I was yelling and screaming, there'd be a cop here. And
Yeah.
You're not a cop. You're a luggage handler. And I just walked away. And then for the next 2 years, every time I flew JetBlue, they said, Brian Scolaro, please come to the desk. And said, we want to make sure you're going to follow all the rules. I go, yes, but I always do. They go, just yes or no, sir. I go, yes, but I always do. They go, just a
So
yes or no,
this-
sir. And I go,
this
yes,
part-
but I always do. I kept saying, but I always do, because it was bullshit.
Yeah.
It was just a fucking flight attendant who had his feelings hurt.
Yeah.
I see a pattern though. Kind
He
of.
worked
so
for the airlines, so is this a
So-
normal
Yeah.
thing? You guys used to.
Can I borrow $500?
we. I see a pattern though. Perhaps having a hard time with Brian on this podcast is maybe
Why are you talking
not
about?
unusual. Being
Which
that,
Brian?
You? I agree with that. You're going to take the sides of the airlines. You are such a jerk.
No, I that's frightening though that you had just a little tiny tiff
Yeah,
like
I could have been
that.
screwed over. You know, I could have been screwed.
Yeah.
It's my whole mind.
Wow.
And also, and then
You were
recently,
what? United? You were
J2.
J2?
I was on recently on American flight, and they kept us on the runway for an hour in the sun.
Okay.
And because of my MS, heat is bad for it.
Yes.
So I said to the
Great.
so I said to the woman, "Hey, I'm having problems. I have multiple sclerosis. Can I please have a glass of water?" She said, "Calm down, sir." And I was like, wow. And they were telling everybody to calm down, even though everybody was calm. And then even we landed in Dallas, and we all had to run to our flights because they were late. And I saw this young black guy was running up, and he goes, please hold the door. And they were like, sir, calm down. And I was like, what are you telling him to calm down for? He thinks the plane's going to take off because you didn't fix the fucking computers that say that when the plane's leaving.
Yeah.
Like, we all know the plane's leaving late, but he didn't know that. And you tell him this guy to calm. I was like, calm down should be American Airlines fucking slogan.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Jay gets upset with the TSA, don't you, Jay?
Oh, I do too.
I'd like to see Jay upset. I don't think it's possible.
Jay, do you get upset with the TSA?
You gotta
Jay, are
talk
you
into
still
the
here?
mic. You've
When they
gotta
take
talk
the
into
water out of
mic.
your hand
You've
and it's
got
not
to
even
talk
open.
into the mic, Jay.
Well, of course they.
Security.
Well, that makes sense though.
What? They take the water out of your hand?
Yeah.
When it's not even opened.
It doesn't matter if it's open.
And I says, I'll step aside. Let me drink
You
it.
got hazel
and
eyes too.
wouldn't even let me
I
drink
do
it.
have hazel eyes.
That sucks.
Are you,
Beautiful.
are you
Shakedown.
hitting on
That
me
sucks,
during
yeah,
the?
yeah.
Okay.
I agree with
I've
that.
never been this close and there's nice light. You know,
What's happening? Is he trying to fuck you while this
I think
show's on?
so. He just complimented my eyes.
What's happening? You're trying to fuck everyone. There's other people in the room. She's like, oh, he's talking about. That's why you brought your brother. Your brother's trying to distract me.
I just noticed how beautiful her hazel eyes
Why,
are. That's
thank
all.
you,
And I
sir.
have hazel eyes.
So once I started talking to your brother without you, you made the move on Eleanor. He was just.
I'm so glad the cameras are on.
I moved
Because
the camera.
when I press charges,
Ah,
oh man,
man, I tell you.
Rex, sit down, Rex. Sit the fuck
his
down.
name Rex or Rock?
I remember Barry Mumbo's bit about that.
What? Barry
Exactly.
Momo.
So Joey Mamo, yeah, he's in Florida now, St. Augustine.
Okay.
Near the Del Well.
These are
Del
all
Webb.
people, like I said, that worked here that are.
So
you
your
know,
home club is the Cellar. Anytime you go there, you're on.
the Cellar in New York.
You get up anytime you go there.
No, if I'm there for a week, they'll throw me one or two.
That's
So
great.
if I'm there for a month, I'll get 5, 6.
That's great.
So if I,
What about the comic strip? Do you like that one?
Yeah, I play the comics. I like all the clubs in New York.
I
like
don't
the big
know
ones.
if there's a bad one in New York. I
Well,
got to
there's
be
bad,
honest.
Well, there's bad ones. Like with agencies, there's first tier, second tier, third tier.
Oh, I
So
see what you're
some
saying.
of the third tiers are not that great.
Yeah.
I'm not going to badmouth them.
No.
They're trying to make money.
No, they're trying to do the best they can.
Yeah. But the ones that
But
line,
I love the setups.
The ones that line the people in Times Square. Like when
Oh, yeah, that's
the
my
way they tell
favorite.
them New Year's Eve, they're going to see Amy Schumer and Dave Chappelle, and they'll have buses. They'll take
Always
the
funny.
fireworks. And these poor people come to New York, spend their savings, and get screwed over and see some shitty fucking show with a bunch of bringers in a basement.
Oh yeah.
That is embarrassing, especially when you travel the world.
Yeah.
And you bump into a comic from Denmark, and he goes, "I was in New York, and I was not impressed." And I was like, "Were you in Times Square?" He goes, yeah, like that's why.
We were in Times Square the other day, and a guy handed Dice. He's, hey, you want to come to the comedy show?
That's ridiculous. But,
That used to be a department store. That used to be the name of a department store in Long
Dice.
Island.
Dice.
Times Square.
Oh, okay.
It's a great story. What were you saying?
But that's hilarious. Like they look at Dice Clay, they don't even know who they're looking at, and they're
that's
giving
funny.
him tickets.
One of the.
Brian, is us trying not to have a sidebar while we're talking?
I'm never talking to him again because you're going to try to rape her.
Yeah. You know, it's always your friends that do it.
Yeah.
That's what it
Yeah,
is.
I
They
know.
say you should fear
Yeah.
your friends.
Yeah. So,
is that-
how long are you going to be in town with us?
I'm here for the month of June and about 90% of July.
Are you bi-coastal? He's
no.
bipolar. You're bi-coastal.
I am. No, I'm not bi. I can't afford
You
that.
think that's funny, huh,
My
Jay?
parents live in New York.
Oh, see, that's great. Yeah.
So when I go home, I stay with them. Otherwise, I wouldn't see them.
You have two parents, do you?
Yes, right. Yes, I do.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. They're very nice. They're good people. I wouldn't have survived without them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's so important. Like, my family and I are so tight. If I didn't have them, I'd be dead
Yeah.
years
No,
ago,
yeah.
for sure.
I did not get raised with the ability to keep my mouth shut
Right.
or take care
Well, you're
of myself.
Italian, aren't you?
But I had to figure out how to take care of myself on my own. My parents were very good at teaching me right and wrong and teaching me to be a good person. But they weren't very good at here's how you talk to a girl, here's how you pay your bills, here's how you get a job.
That's what their
Right.
prostitutes are for. You don't need anything. You just give them the money.
Did you
true.
hear anything? Okay. So, do you have any brothers or sisters?
I have an older brother, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
What about you?
I have 9 brothers and sisters.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's terrifying, isn't it?
That's a lot.
I brought
6
my brother
brothers,
Jay
3
in.
sisters.
Wow.
Sick. And
Yes.
we're South Philly. My mom still lives in the same
And
row
what's-
home we grew up in.
What's
so
your favorite Vegas room?
my favorite Vegas room is the Laugh Factory,
Harry
but
does
I
a good
work
job.
it the most. That's why.
Yeah, but it's also well done. They don't have any
It
checks.
really is.
They don't have any fucking checks. I love
Yeah, you walk to the bar.
I love when George is there.
He's great.
George will not take shit from an audience member.
Nope.
Love that.
Throw him right out.
Yeah, I love
it.
that. Well, nor from a comedian. He won't take shit from a comedian.
Yeah,
either.
it's true.
Yeah, I like that. I like that Harry doesn't charge you for the booze.
Yeah, they
I
run
like
it.
the sound system. There's never a problem with the fucking sound system.
He-
Never a problem with the stage. Never a problem with the audio. You know, I
He
love it.
stacks the green room,
Green room.
with
snacks,
everything you need, like anything you think you need. Alcohol.
Well, when you're with Dice, he stacks it a little better. When
He
I'm having-
does.
When I'm having, I
That's-
was like, here's a roast beef sandwich and some fucking.
We get
Rolos.
grilled. We get steak and
Dice gets the Rolos. I get the Hydrox.
Jeff Richards is there this right now.
is he?
That's
Let
the
me
first
ask you a
comic.
question. Are you following Jeff Richards' career right now? Like you've mentioned him at least 3 times.
He's
Is this your favorite comic?
He's a friend of mine. Sometimes I pick him up and bring him to the club.
Very nice.
Give him
of
a ride
you.
because nobody walks in L.A. unless you're on
That's
Runyon
true.
Canyon.
And
Yeah.
even then,
Nobody wants to walk. You could.
can you
They
have
just
you
don't
seen
like
a
to walk.
Segway going up Runyon Canyon? That'd be hilarious.
That would be funny. Fuck you, it was a lot easier.
Scooter.
That'd be hilarious. Fuck
On
you.
the little bird scooters.
And I'll tell you what's great about Running Canyon is that when I was on Stacked, I lost 50 pounds when I'm Running Canyon. But I was
Okay.
also 35 years old. Now I'm 45, and it's a lot harder to lose the weight.
It is
What I
harder.
would do is I would stare at a girl's ass. You would like this story.
Okay.
Yes.
I would stare at a girl's ass. and
Eddie sat up for this.
and I would just try to stay behind her, not lose her. You know, she was in much better shape than me, and she would walk
Sure.
faster.
Quite the
So I would-
incentive.
yeah, exactly. And it worked. I lost 50 pounds.
I used to go
Gained
up
it
there.
right back.
Chase and
Then some.
tail,
I
if
used
you
to go
will.
up there when I lived next to Pink Dot. Remember, I saw you up there too one time.
Did it? Did
Remember
you?
back in the day?
I don't
you
know, what
remember
was I
seeing me
doing?
on Running Canyon?
I do
What's
Runyon
she doing?
Canyon
She
a
was selling
lot.
fish. She was exercising.
You don't remember
Yeah,
seeing
but was
me?
I with pelts or something? Was I
Else.
a dice? Why are you whispering? It's okay. You were like when we were sleeping together? Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah, Brian, I sleep with a lot of people. Not one that is looking at me like that, saying I like your
Perhaps.
eyes.
No,
That's
I just
uncomfortable.
I don't want to say the wrong thing on this podcast. I'm trying to be
That's-
careful.
You said everything wrong.
Way
so far.
late. Too late for that.
You
Like
said everything wrong up until then.
This is my first co-hosting assignment, so I'm excited.
co-hosting
And I'm a witness.
assignment. Yeah, you got your brother as a witness. I mean, this is
You
amazing.
got your spittle rag.
Yes.
So now tell us about you. How long have you been doing comedy?
1988.
You're telling me you've been doing it for 1,988 years. That's when you started.
1988.
Yeah.
My anniversary at the Comedy Store is going to be June 8th, Saturday night.
June
Oh.
8th.
25 years.
25 years.
Holy
wow.
shit,
And I was
Brian.
5 years before that trying to get in, remember?
Don't I remember? Everything I've done for Mr. Holtzman,
I said,
and I
I'm
still
gonna-
love him.
I said, I'm going to come down to L.A. because San Francisco is kind of cliquish, you know. Who can you compete when Robin Williams comes out of there, right?
Right.
You know, they're all
There's a
kind
name we know, thank
they're
God.
kind of jaded, you know. So I said, I'm going to come down to L.A. and I'm just going to go try to get into the Comedy Store and just end this, you know.
Yeah.
You know, if you go there and then this is, you know.
Right.
And they just,
He had a terrible time getting in.
you know, I want that call where they say, you know,
What?
you
You
gotta stop coming here. We can't use you anymore.
no,
You
you
wasn't-
showcased for Tommy, correct?
No, I was one of the
Or
last
Adam.
people. No, Mitzi.
Oh, you did Mitzi.
All
I
right.
did Mitzi. Don Herrera. I was 2002,
Okay.
and Don Herrera got me a show. Don Herrera worked with me on a show called Late Friday. Mm-hmm. And then his brother showed up.
Uh-huh.
Trying to get you to fucking pay attention.
No, I'm listening.
Don Herrera got me a showcase in 2002 here, and Mitzi Shore was in the audience, and I got passed immediately, and then I never saw her ever again.
Yeah,
And
2002.
then Tommy literally said to me, you, Brian Callen, Dov Davidoff, you showed up funny, and I don't like that.
Yeah,
We
he
want-
wants to develop
I want you to start at 1 a.m. And I said, I've been doing it for 15 years. I'm not starting over. And so I waited until he was fired, and now I'm in all the time.
By the way, Brian Holtzman, I have a bone to pick with you. Why are you wishing him happy birthday and stuff like that? How do you know when his birthday is?
Because I'm trying to, because it's on the social media. But I'm trying to be,
The social media.
I'm trying to be positive and good on this. There's so much
Pointing at your phone.
There's so much negativity. That's why I like Brian. His presentations are very positive. They're very very funny. They're
Yeah,
not.
but, today I'm very negative, but in real, I mostly try to be positive. Yes.
Yes.
But I also am not positive to people who have really fucking wronged me. But I've been really wronged, I would say, by 20 people in the past.
Are you a
20,
victim?
20. I'm not saying I'm a victim. I'm saying.
Well, it sounds like you're a victim.
Yawn. I was wrong by 20 people probably in the past 23 years. Those people I am not positive with and would gladly tell them.
Good for you.
That's how I
Well,
feel.
you got to stand up for yourself. See,
I have,
here's
and
the
I've
thing.
lost work because of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and if I stand up for myself, people really, she's hard to deal with.
Yeah,
Right.
That's what happened to me
It's a
too.
double standard with women.
Oh, it's awful.
They can't say
yeah.
anything.
Add that to the rape and the other stuff you said women have to deal with.
No, exactly.
We for sure have a double standard.
Yeah, but it also works now for everybody because
Yeah.
they want you to just shut up.
Yeah,
Remember how Jack Benny would be in charge of his own fucking show?
yeah,
Who does that now? Larry David, and that's it? That's it.
pretty much.
So
huh?
it's like you have to just shut up. They just want an actor to stand still and shut up.
Yeah,
Belushi could throw a fit the day he auditioned for Saturday Night Live. 'Cause
Yeah.
He threw a fit because he was waiting and he was nervous about waiting. So he threw a fucking fit and he still got passed. Still got accepted on Saturday Night Live. You nowadays, you say one thing. Say, hey, don't drop the checks. You're a diva and you'll never be brought back.
that's insane.
That's what I'm saying. Isn't that fucked up?
It's too-
There was a
everybody's
point
too
where everybody was
sensitive.
There was a point where everybody was talented. It's not even sensitive. They just want you to shut up.
Yeah,
That's all they want. They don't want talent anymore.
Brian,
They just want you to
what
shut
are
up.
you doing?
I was bringing up a great point you would have liked.
No, I heard everything you
What did I
said.
say?
But
You can't say shit.
Yeah, but there's no talent anymore.
There's no
Are you-
talent
who are you
anymore.
calling?
He's right. He's calling Jimmy Schubert, even though
It's a
Jimmy
habit.
Schubert's working in Tahoe.
Why are you calling Schubert?
I like to incorporate him in. Well, I'm the co-host, so I
That's fine, but I think you have to put it on speakerphone in order for it to work.
I think it is on
It is.
speakerphone.
Because time is a factor.
it's not there.
Yeah, I told you he's working in Tahoe. Jimmy Schubert is a working comic.
Oh, all right.
It's a Wednesday.
Crucify me.
Yeah, but Tahoe's a whole week. Yeah.
What is that? The manager?
I think I was supposed to be with him this week in Tahoe, but I couldn't do it because I have to do this thing in Vegas.
Yeah, they don't like me there.
Vegas? Oh
No,
no,
no.
Tahoe. I think he's
they
at
once,
the
they s-
Improv over there.
Man,
yeah,
you nail it every time. You're funny as hell.
That's how I feel. But I guess, like I was just saying, they don't care about if you're funny. They want celebrities, or can you shut up? That's
Yeah.
all I want.
And here's the thing: if funny was the only requirement,
But it's not. Now it's not even a requirement.
yeah,
That's the whole point. That's the whole problem with this business. It's not
Holtzman would be the biggest comic there is. Brian,
Rex, sit the fuck down.
Jesus, this is being filmed so they can see that there's no dog. Just so
It's
you know.
really not even. I moved it on the light switch.
Probably on.
We'll see what
What's his
happens.
name?
Al
Lewis.
Lewis.
The only one on the camera is Jay.
He really looks like fucking Al Lewis. I better looking Al Lewis at that.
I like that you made him better looking. You are a very nice looking man.
No, you're a better looking
His
Al Lewis.
birthday is going to be on
Father's Day.
June 17th.
Oh, nice.
Father's
Happy
Day is the 16th.
birthday to...
Sunday.
Why are you pointing at him and yelling?
Yeah.
It must have been a crazy.
Are you a
dinner
father? Oh, can you imagine the Holtzman dinner table? Take us to the
you couldn't
Holtzman
talk.
dinner
Sit down,
table.
Rex.
You couldn't talk. No one could talk. You had to eat and be quiet. There was no talking like on TV where everybody talks. Well, how was your day? What did you do? And what did you do? Everybody had to shut the fuck up
That's
and
what
eat.
now it explains it.
That's what show business is today, so at least you're ready for it. Just shut up and eat, right? What are you doing
I
now?
want to put my things for later.
Just call him
Oh,
Jeff Richards.
he's just calling Jeff
Why are you calling Jim Schubert in the middle of a conversation?
He does this to me all the time, and I should be.
I thought this was his first time calling.
No, I've had him on the podcast.
Schubert's a funny
Well,
guest.
the first time,
great.
Schubert's terrific. The first time he called him, he had him on speaker, and then Schubert came down because he was upstairs doing a spot.
That's funny.
It's like, what's happening right now? But like, we weren't interesting enough. He got distracted
He's
and had
very
a call.
distracted,
Yeah, he's very distracted. But I'm very proud of him because
I love Brian.
he's gotten into the social media.
I do love you. I swear to God, if I'm still living in LA when you die, I will come to the funeral. If I'm in New York again, I will not.
Sorry,
come.
he's
But-
going to be in the tunnel, not thinking of you.
But if I'm living in LA, I'll come.
So tell us about the friends that you just visited.
My friends
There
from
was a
college.
bunch of them.
There was a- yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
I
Did you
used to-
perform up there or something, or just?
Up in some state. I
Yeah.
performed in Poughkeepsie, which is across the river from New Paltz, which is where I went to school. And it was also I also used to work at a camp for mentally handicapped children and mentally handicapped adults. It was
Nice.
Autism too.
Yeah, autism was there, and there was the second camp with kids with HIV.
Okay.
Besides after Paul Newman's
Wow.
camp, I used to work there, and so this is a funny story. I made a joke. I went to visit the camp property. My friend is the caretaker. So nobody was there. So I'm walking around all the rooms and videotaping myself for Instagram, and I come across the girls' counselor bedroom. So I say, oh, this would be a funny video. So I record myself. I go, I used to volunteer at these camps for mentally handicapped children. But I'm not a good guy. I just really wanted to fuck the girls, the girl counselors. I was like, and this was their room. A lot of good girls were in here, young tits and tight little skin. And I was like, I'm gonna jerk off in here for old time's sake. And one of my friends of 20, 25, 27 years, a female girl I know for half my life, unfriended me, yelled at me on Facebook and blocked me.
Oh my God!
After 27 years, she didn't know I was joking.
Yeah, they have no idea what satire is. They have no idea you're pulling their leg.
She knows me. She knows I'm kidding. But it's just
Isn't
Oh,
that
so then she knows you're
crazy?
kidding? She did it anyway?
I guess not.
They get that offended
But
now.
it was just a goddamn joke.
Of course, I think it's hilarious.
In a way, it's not. We all know that. But every male counselor thought those girls were hot. And I'm not jerking,
Right.
I'm not jerking off to them being young now.
Right.
I'm talking about
Past tense.
I want to go in there and jerk off out of the memory of me being 18,
At that
18.
age.
Yeah, I was 18 and it was legal.
If you have sex with a 17-year-old and you're 17, it's okay. If you're 18 and she's 17, then you have to see the sheriff. If you're young too, it's okay. You can.
And that's only if she.
It's not what I was saying, but yes.
It's nothing that he was
Yeah.
saying, which is amazing. Like,
And it hurts
are
me that
you
you're on my
hearing
side.
him?
I don't want to change the podcast now.
No, we're perfect. Anyway, that's the story. And I saw my friends from college, and I saw a lot of my friends I graduated with. They're still in Brooklyn and Manhattan, and I just got
Did
drunk
they
with
take
them.
you out to get something to
Oh,
eat?
this is a great story. We were getting drunk at a club in Times Square, at a bar in Times Square. Me and my one friend. And there was a really drunk old lady. Just thought my friend was cute and was just leaning over his shoulder, listening, eavesdropping. So I was like, I didn't want to listen. I haven't seen my friend in 2 years. So I started saying, well, my mother has cancer. Just started lying. And she goes, I'm eavesdropping. I go, well, I'm talking about my mother having cancer. And
Right.
she goes, oh, I'm sorry. And this little black kid next to me thought it was hilarious. I didn't even know who he was, but he thought it was great. So every time she would pay attention, I would just go back to it. I'll be like, yeah, so I was on stage, and she would look, and I go, so anyway, she's having chemo tomorrow. I would just keep, and she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I just kept changing it to a horrible conversation so she wouldn't listen. It was great.
I love that.
Yeah. See, now I'm in a good mood.
Aw.
Good.
Because
Good.
you're
Show's
thinking of
over.
them. Yeah.
I knew he was going to be a number one guest. There's
No,
no doubt
you're
about it.
hilarious.
Yeah, you guys are very nice. Well, I love the both of you. Three of you.
Well, now you know
and,
him.
Lewis
I've always known.
Clark.
And Lewis Clark. Please.
Lewis Clark.
I can't.
The more I look at him, I'm telling
He
you.
doesn't like Lewis and Clark at all. Looks like Al Lewis.
Lewis and Clark. Now it's completely took another
I think it's the
turn.
lighting.
Yeah, the lighting is amazing
thought
for
I
you. Terrifying for us, but amazing for you. It's just,
That was a good line. You gotta give it a line. It was a good line. It's not true. It was a fucking line.
Brian Holtzman on June, I believe, the 19th.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Happy birthday, sir.
Thank you.
Hey, well,
Very
Do you,
excited
do you
about
check
your birthday.
bags, or do you just do carry on when you travel?
Really? That's what I'm talking
He's
about.
having a flashback to working for United.
If I'm selling merch, then I check bags. But now I can't afford merch because of the fucking MS. So I'm not. I usually just do a carry on.
And do you have to meet and greet after the show? Is that a mandatory thing?
Dane Cook started that. George Carlin, when I was a kid, wouldn't be outside. He'd have the room cell. But no.
Dice Clay
now
doesn't
we're
go
all-
outside either.
Good for him. Now we're all out there fucking shaking hands. They want us all to be out there. And they say horrible things to you. Oh, man, I love your fat ass.
Oh, yeah.
You can't call me fat, but you call yourself fat. Yeah, so that I call myself fat.
Yeah.
Like, do we really need this?
Or
to
they
explain this to
break
you?
down your act. You then the one part, and you're like, what? No, just
love when
nice meeting you. Thanks for coming
Yeah,
out.
I love when they bring up another guy's act. I'm like, that's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Chinese guy.
So it's
That was
mandatory.
my opener. Yeah,
The-
it's not mandatory.
They'll make you do it.
No, it's not. But they want the audience wants you to. If you're selling merch, half the time they'll buy. Most of the time they'll buy merch.
If you're
just-
there,
yes.
yeah. Like when Dice would sell merch, he would come at his ex-wife used
Merchandise
to sell
for people,
merchandise.
lay people who don't know what
I
that
think
is.
they know.
You think late?
By now. Well, my mother's not listening to this fucking comedy store podcast.
Even if my mother was
fucking,
listening,
Ellen.
she'd know what merch was.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's
okay.
81.
I just want to make sure our
People
listeners
get it.
know what
Hey,
what we're talking about. That's all. As
I'm-
co-host, it's my responsibility.
You're
to make
right.
Sure
You're
the
absolutely
audience-
right.
I'm gonna pass out. How much is longer left of this?
No, we're gonna
There's
wrap it
no
up because
air in here.
I have a headache, like you
Oh
wouldn't
no,
believe.
another 45 minutes. We can't let them go now.
No, you're
I
right.
can't wait to leave.
This is
I I've been thinking about leaving since I showed up.
I was going to promote a show that I'm doing with
Okay.
June 19th, I believe, right here, and the 20th. But the one in the main room on the 19th is with Martin Lawrence, and I wanted to know if you wanted to come be a part of it, Mr. Holtzman.
No, I'm busy that night.
Why would you say no to that?
Well,
I'm busy that
he's
night.
had some issues with Martin
His
Lawrence in the
bodyguard
past.
knocked me, didn't knock me out cold, but he gave me a good shove. So I'm going to
Why-
stay away.
You know what he did, though? He made a fatal mistake. He was on stage. Martin was heckling.
Martin was heckling Brian.
Yeah.
Why was he doing that?
He got off stage, though, and went toward him.
And the bodyguard gave it to me big time.
Why would Martin be heckling you?
Big
Well,
time.
he was going through some stuff.
Wait, Martin or Brian?
Both, but Martin.
Is this 20 years ago or?
24.
Okay, that's
Stu
different.
Smiley
This could
from
be-
HBO was in the audience, and he said it was the most outrageous, or it was the most surreal thing he's ever seen in his life.
You guys need an apology.
Martin, that's what I'm saying. Maybe you want to come and work it out.
No, I don't want anything to do with
I
it.
understand.
People magazine called. They wanted stories, and I couldn't trust it because some of these personalities will do things just to get their name in the paper, and I didn't want to be part of somebody's bullshit.
Yeah.
Sit down, Rex. I didn't want to sit about. I
Good
didn't
for
want
you.
anybody's fucking
I-
bulldogs. Don't
Everyone-
even try it.
Everybody keeps looking at Rex.
Yeah.
Do you have dates coming up you want to promote?
I'm in Harvey's in Portland in July. I can't get reception down here because we're in a basement. But
I'm
I
excited
can't-
you're
can't-
doing Harvey's. I'm doing it in September.
It's a new owner, and I'm really excited to work for the new owner. The old owner was psychotic, and I'm happy to work for the new owner.
Okay.
So you have a good rapport with the new owner,
and
do
I'm
you?
in Baltimore at Ram's Head.
Nice.
It's a great gig, Ram's Head, on stage, August 31st, and it's going to be a great gig. I'd love people to come to that. It's a beautiful, beautiful theater.
Awesome.
And and then I think of some other places. I'm in.
You have a
I'm in
website, though.
I have a website. I'm in Flagstaff, Arizona. I'm in some other places. But
Killer.
yeah, just go to brianscolaro.com and please come.
BrianScolaro.com. Jay, do
SCO.
you have any dates coming up?
No dates.
Oh, buy an album, will you? I want to eat.
Oh,
I want
yes.
to eat fucking food,
Dude,
for lunch, please. Instead
this
of
guy
rocks.
is so funny.
Please buy an album.
buy his album.
Go to iTunes or Amazon. Sneezes, farts, and orgasms, or Stupid Time.
You will laugh so hard. He's
Even if
so
you
funny.
don't, it's $10. Fucking help a monkey out.
Right?
Just fucking
And then
please.
when you pay $10, you can listen to it as many times as you want.
Yeah. No, just once.
Yeah, it's called buying an album.
Just
Buying
once.
it- No, I'm joking. It's like a kinescope. You put penny in and you're moving around. You see me fucking a monkey.
Do you think that he in his head he hears like me?
No, I'm
Like
used-
I don't know what it's a sin.
It's
I'm scared for you. What do you have written down to
I have
promote?
some information I want to pass on to our listeners. You can find me on Twitter at Holtzman Brian. Brian Holtzman was taken. So
Really?
it's at Holtzman Brian. And Brian is Brian.
The masculine way.
yeah.
Rex.
Not
down.
brain.
Down, Rex.
Nobody knows what you're talking about.
Facebook
Thank you.
is Brian Holtzman. That's Brian Holtzman. I have a website. It's
Oh, you have a
Brian
website. Good.
Holtzman.com.
Revenge.
When
No wonder.
you know what it should be when you go to his website, you hear snoring. Like that would be amazing.
Follow me on Instagram if you want. I have an Instagram account, and that is Brian Holtzman, Brian Holtzman.
I think they got that part.
Yeah, that's easy to spell.
And
Your Instagrams are terrific. I'm very proud of you for doing it every day.
.com.
on the Instagram.
I'm gonna burn that fucking card. Are we done?
And I want to promote my first performance or presentation or my guest hosting. I'll be with Kill Tony on
great.
June
Oh,
17th
very
in the
proud
main
of
room
you.
at the Comedy Store in Los Angeles, West Hollywood, California.
The best clubs in the world.
I am
Everybody's very excited
so
about
proud of
that.
you.
I'm excited about that, and Jay's excited about that. Brian is excited about
I'm
that.
so excited.
Eleanor
I'm
is
looking at
excited
my
about
knuckles.
that.
Well, shut up because I'm going to promote this show with
can't get
Tommy
obsessed.
Davidson. It is June 19th in the main room. Bobby Lee's on it. We got Craig Robinson, Tommy Davidson, Paul Rodriguez, Chris Spencer, Kirk Fox. It's going to be a killer show. Martin Lawrence is coming out. It's a benefit. Please come out.
What's the benefit for? I'm always curious to see what the
good
benefits
question.
are for.
I'm a horrible person. But it's
Ex-seaman.
called Hands and Hearts of Hope Foundation. Shut it. I'm
All right,
trying
go ahead,
to
go
really
ahead,
promote
go ahead. I'm
something.
sorry.
Hands
Promote
and Hearts.
it. What is it? What is it?
It is Hands and Hearts and Hope Foundation.
And what is that? What is that? Because you got to be careful. You know,
They're
I'm
gonna
sure it's
come-
legitimate,
it
but
is
there's a lot of
legit.
people asking for money today. And you
There's a
gotta
lot of
make sure
beautiful.
that
You're right, and this is legit. Leave him alone. Also, June 20th in the Belly Room, Danish and O'Neill live podcast. I don't know if there's any tickets left, but I am making 2 7-Up cakes for that show.
So-
Very exciting.
You're making what?
7-Up cake. It's a long story.
Seven. I've never.
my-
Brian, have you heard of a 7-Up cake?
What I want to do is
unbelievable.
I want to go to bed.
Okay, so I'm gonna let him go.
I've had a Sprite cupcake.
Spray
These are my
cupcake.
jokes right now. This show's too long. I ran out of jokes 15 minutes ago.
Please go to my website.
Please.
Kansas City coming up. A bunch of dates. EleanorJKerrigan.com.
Coke kicks.
And
Lady
Please.
boy.
Cup-
listen and
cup
subscribe.
cokes.
Buy Brian Scolaro's album, seriously,
Please.
and Holtzman. Watch
Show
his
me how to
Instagram.
do it, and I'll do it.
Thank you
I
guys
gotta
so
be-
much. Just be quiet and let me close this
Down,
out.
Rosa.
Thanks for listening to
Down.
the Comedy Store podcast.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming.